Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Popping in today, and I'll be honest with you. I didn't shoot a video yesterday. It was the holiday. I was out, I was doing things for the family. And, I try to be real and authentic in my life. I just, I've tried to hope to think about faking it. That didn't make any sense what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I've tried to hope to be able to fake it, and I just can't fake it. And that also makes my circle very small, because at some point I'm always going to tell somebody the raw truth. And just like on my videos, and I was telling my wife the other day, we were talking, I said, I just don't know how to lie to people. I just can't lie to people. And I say it upset people because people want to believe a lie. People want to believe their fairy tale. And I just got to keep it real from reporting live from the streets, I'm in the trenches. But today it's a little different topic, because we talk about love, we talk about self-love, and I'm married, 13 years, as you know, if you know me. And it's some secrets, of success. It's another side of success that you hear about, but you don't really think it'll be a problem. And for me right now, what I'm experiencing, it's not right now. I've been experiencing this for 8 years. But with every year, you learn a little bit more about business, and you're able to add a little bit more success to what you've been doing. But let me tell you, because for those of y'all who becoming a life coach and you joining my mentor, and so you becoming a life coach, you gonna get clients, you writing your book, you working on your business, you getting into your entrepreneurial ventures. When you go on Instagram, you follow certain people that they've started companies, and they're no different than you. They may have a tax preparation company. They may have a app building company. They may have a credit repair company. They may have a health and wellness company. They may have the hair growth company, the makeup company, the clothing company. And you look at these people, majority of them have no college degree. Majority of them have no business mentor. And I fit in that same category, with my online courses, just teaching what I know in online courses. But certain people feel it's valuable. And so that has helped me build success, having my online academy. That was a dream of mine. But guess what? It's another side of success. And that is when you start to elevate above and far beyond the people that you grew up with, that you grew up around, your family. Dealing with family and success, because your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your auntie, your uncle, your auntie, grandmother, grandfather. It could be anybody, your cousins. Like, your cousins could be your day ones, because y'all was all at grandma's house playing, or y'all hung out as kids coming up. And man, one of the hardest things is like getting success and then everybody feeling like you owe them. And that's heavy on my heart right now. I say I can't even talk about just regular love and relationships today and give any energy. It's heavy on my heart today just thinking about the other side of success. But here's what I've decided. I've decided that I refuse to be a prisoner to my success. And I'm going to walk in my blessings. I'm going to share my blessings, and I'm going to be a blessing. And if a person cannot be happy for somebody else when it's their time in the sun to be blessed, that let me know where that person is. That let me know where they stand. And if they deserve, if they are good ground. Because see, when you go and you get you a job, and then you climb the ranks on your job, you might need one of your family members might need some help. and you help that family member, another family member might say, hey, I need some help. But you look at that family member and it might not be the same. This family member is like, listen, this Aunt Glenda, she a widow. Like, her husband passed away. She by herself. You saying you need help, but you married. You got a helpmeet. You got somebody to help you. And so it might not make sense to you. But then this family over here is in need. I've had family come to me and ask me for money to gamble. Yeah. To go to the casino. I'm like, huh? Yeah. But when people think you have money, cause see, this one I remember my sister Googled me. That's not when your family and if you ain't here already, you gonna get there. You keep pressing, you keep working, you gonna get there. When your family Google you, my sister Googled me, and it said Tony Gaskins' net worth. My sister clicked on Tony Gaskins' net worth. It showed her a number. She wrote me. My father Googled me. That's when you know it's getting real. That's when you know that when what you doing, that you elevate into another level, when your own family who know you don't have to Google you, but they Google you to tell you what Google say about you. About your net worth. I'm like, listen, I don't know where these people getting numbers from. Okay, those sites, they make them sites themselves. But I ain't submit no information to nobody. So they just looking around and guessing what my net worth is. But we come from, and there's something right here now. I don't know if you Caucasian, you'll have to, enlighten us about what it's like in your family lineage. But one thing I know about the African American, because see, my wife is Jamaican American. She was born in Jamaica, came to America. Both of her parents were born in Jamaica. They didn't come to America till college or, 20 something or 30 something. But my wife came elementary age. And so I'm seeing her family is different, because with her family, they strive for success. It's like I once heard a speaker say that a naturalized citizen, like an immigrant who come from another country and then get citizenship in America is 4 times more likely to become a millionaire than a natural born American. And the reason being is because when you come from another country to America, you coming with a dream and you coming with a plan. And you're not taking anything for granted. I remember talking to my CPA, had a CPA back in the day. And I can't even have a CPA today with the way that I give, because the way I give does not make conventional sense. A CPA would literally be like ready to take their own life, looking at how much I have to give to family to keep them pleased. And CPA be like, what? Me and my wife was just talking about that. We were like, man, we have to keep changing CPAs. And so we got to lean on QuickBooks and our accounting knowledge, because it just make no conventional sense. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about success. When you come from nothing, when you come from the bottom, like everybody without extra money to spend always say what they will do when they get extra money to spend. I done heard it a million times. I done heard it a million times. And then I see people do. When they get money, I see what they do with it. And it's the opposite of what they said they would do. And People will be like, oh, you need to help your mama, you need to help your mama, you need to help your mama. And then they'll get a big check and go get into a new house and try to buy furniture for the house and not give their mama a dime. But will tell somebody else what they ought to be doing for their mama. It's like everybody can say what you'll do with success. And success is different for different people. So if you come from like very humble beginnings, success for you may be, I remember my mama telling me growing up, she said, baby, if you just graduate high school, I'll be so happy. I'll be so happy. I remember one time in my life saying, Mama, I think I'm going to be a school teacher and a basketball coach. Like, be a teacher at the school and a basketball coach. I got a homeboy I grew up with. That's exactly what he did. Come from a good neighborhood, raised in the, no offense, the white neighborhood. We lived in, it was like black section, it was a black area, and it was white area. So this guy, he's a black guy. Him and his sister, they were raised in the white neighborhood. And he went on, go to college, full basketball scholarship, got a degree, went on to be a school teacher, and then went on to be a basketball coach. And that was like a part of the dream. Like, that is a successful life. And I remember my mama, I was telling her that one time. She said, oh, baby, if you do that, I would be so happy. A school teacher and a basketball coach. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then you have some people who, like my wife's family, her dad is an attorney, a patent attorney from Jamaica. Came to America, got a degree, went on to law school, got that degree, passed the bar, became an attorney, made a great living. He got 3 daughters. My wife was in school to go be a doctor, biomedical science major, medical sciences master's, getting ready to go to med school, made a different decision because we had started our family. His other 2 daughters, one is a doctor, one is a lawyer. I talked to a client who was from the island of St. Lucia, I believe. She's a pharmacist. Had a journey, came to America around 19, community college in Florida, community college elsewhere, this college over here, pharmacy school over there, became a pharmacist. And so it's like certain people, certain families, you have a track of success. And so for some people, you're doing it for your family because that's what they expect of you. You're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a pharmacist. Ain't nothing else. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is what success is. For other families, it's like, hey, just graduate high school. And that's what success is. For others, hey, become a school teacher because your mother was a school teacher, your grandmother was a school teacher, or your grandfather was a school teacher, or your uncle is the principal, become a school teacher. That's success. Success look different for different families. So it's no rules to success. There's no amount of money that defines success. Like, if you breathing and you healthy, that's success. You could be making $20,000 a year and that's success. For me to graduate and not graduate to the penitentiary, that was success. My mother's only brother that's living is serving a 30-year sentence in prison. So that's where life looked like, a lot of her sisters are battling their own situations, and have had to fight with different, addictions and things of that nature. My father, some of his siblings had to fight addictions and died to addictions. Some drug related, some just bad food choices, and died in bad health due to health choices, food, diabetes. And so success look different for different families. But what you have to do for yourself, and this is what I'm learning, is that we have to define what success is for us. And then we have to make a decision on what we're going to do with our success. And you also got to be comfortable. Some people are great at it. Some people are terrible at it. If you are a giver like myself and you have a giving heart, it's hard to define your own success and be okay in your success. So like, like I can't even speak numbers. And the reason why, like you'll come on YouTube and sometimes people will be like, you'll see some people do YouTube videos like what my YouTube earns in a month. Because of where I come from and what I come from around, and because of what I've experienced, I would never do that on my channel. Because I know what it's like to be around crabs in a barrel. See, where I come from, people support you when it looked like you don't have a chance. When it looked like you're not going to make it, people will support you. Or they'll completely ignore you. And then when you make it, pretend they supported you all along. And when I wrote my first book, my mama gave me $700. That was the only family member. She gave me $700 so that I could purchase 100 copies of my book to sell out of the trunk, to sell at events. My mama did that. Nobody else. Not a single other family member. A friend from high school ordered 15 copies of the book. He later became a business partner 4 years later. He bought into one of my companies. Bought a stake in one of my companies. Caucasian guy. So that was different for me. But nobody of my race, and a lot of my homeboys cut me off. And some of the same homeboys that cut me off later would be asking me for a loan. Later would be asking me for a spot. Later would be asking to get down, with my business, to work with me. And would need a loan, but did not support my book. And that's what I come from, where it's crabs in a barrel, to where everybody is jealous. And I've heard celebrities, African American men say that they are responsible for their family, that they have to take care of their family. Now, when you're dealing in millions and millions and millions of dollars, okay, I get it. You could take care of your family and it might not really hurt you. It ain't gonna really hurt you. Now, the issue is that certain families, they will expect major help from you when you might just be making 100,000, if that. They won't help. And then the thing about it is, certain people, they will want you to help them with a want. So they'll get their money and like nobody says anything to me when they get their tax return. I don't get no say so on how anybody spend their tax return. But then people will want to have a say so on what you do with your money from your success. People get their tax return and spend it however they want to spend it. Will blow right through it, which for them is equivalent. It's excess money. It's more than what they need to actually live off of. It's a bonus check, basically, for a lot of people. And what do you see a lot of people do with their excess? They want a vacation. They want to get their body done. They want to buy some new clothes, some new shoes, some new jewelry. They want a ball. And that's what you see so many people. The car industry love tax season. That's why the car industry market to you about your taxes, because they know it's a sector of people that every time the taxes hit, they trying to get into a new car. It don't matter, upside down, negative equity. They trying to get into a new car and will drop that whole check on there. Crazy 22% interest rate, $700 car note, and will just make that happen because of the mindset. And a lot of people don't realize too, especially of other races, how slavery played a part of this, to where when you were not afforded education. So when you're not afforded education, you're not afforded financial literacy, and you wasn't making any money, and you getting paid under the table, or you making peanuts, just barely enough to get by. And then they taking the laws change and you able to get ahead, but you never were prepared. But the people who always had money, they learn how to deal with their money, how to handle their money. And it's different when you don't feel like it's your home. So when it's your home, when you there, like let's say white America, when you feel like it's your home, then you don't feel for the most part. Now some do. You might not feel the need to keep up with the Joneses because it's your house. So think about your own house. In your house, you could walk around in your pajamas. You could walk around without your shirt off, without your pants on, in your house. But how are you going to dress if you're in somebody else's house? And that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand with Black America. What they don't understand is that the reason why Black Americans buy so much Gucci is because Black Americans feel like they're in somebody else's house. So let me show you that I'm rich. Let me show you that I got money. Let me show you what I can do. And it was an old clip of a video going around and the voiceover is a white man teaching, white salespeople how to sell to blacks. He was like, they are ostentatious and they're going to come in and they love the finest of the finest. So never insult them with something inexpensive because they love the finest. And it showed the black people walking in the store, and it's back in the old days. Looked like it could have been the barely 60s, and or it could have been the 30s or 40s or 50s, but in another part of the country that wasn't segregated or what have you. And that's the truth. Like, I was talking to a partner and he was like, man, I went to finance a car and they was giving me a hard time. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy it cash. And that's what we do. It's like, because we feel like we gotta show that we got it. Whereas I know white billionaires who drive billionaires who my cars have cost twice the amount of money as their cars. And because they feel like they ain't got nothing to prove. It's their house. And it's rightfully so. Because if you come in and this not your house, and I'll tell y'all the honest truth. Like, I have seen a total difference in how I'm treated. Before I was Googleable, I was treated totally different. Now that I'm Googleable, once I say my name and what I do, they roll out a red carpet in my city. They roll out a red carpet. Like, and it's crazy how it could be no parking in the parking lot, but if you're in a certain type of car, luxury car, they're gonna pull you right up to the front and park you right in the front, because the world rewards material, financial success. Whereas, guess what? If this young man, like, my net worth could be negative 500,000, but let's say I got a Lamborghini, which a lot of Lamborghini owners have a net worth of negative 500,000. I don't have a Lamborghini, just if you was wondering. I don't have a Lamborghini. I feel like that's for men 6 foot or tall. I'm 5'10", and for men with big muscles. I ain't got no muscles, not no more. Now, listen to this: how our world is set up. You could have a Lamborghini and your net worth is negative 500,000 because you over leveraged and you got a lot of debt. You could pull up to that restaurant in my city. There could be a valet who, let's say he's of another race. He's not Caucasian. Let's say he's African American. And he's 18 years old. Warren Buffett drive like a older model Cadillac. Warren Buffett pull up. This young man don't know what Warren Buffett look like. he gonna tell Warren Buffett, okay, yeah, go park out there in the garage. He gonna tell the Lamborghini owner who got a negative $500,000 net worth, hey, I'm gonna park you right here in the front. Because that's how our world conditioned to reward material things. So we come to where we will do anything to have material things. And I done been there and I done seen it. And then you get to a certain place to where you get it because you like it, but it don't define you. You could get to that place. But then all around you, everybody else will want material things. So I have a family member that will say, hey, can you get me a Gucci purse, but can't pay their rent? And it sounds like the stupidest thing in the world. It sounds like the stupidest thing in the world to outsiders listening, but just not understanding what people dealing with, just their training, their upbringing, the way people think. And you'll have family that say, hey, can you get me this kind of car? Instead of saying, hey, that what you'll put down in that car, can you pay that to my house loan? Can you pay that to my student loans? Can you help me get out of debt? They will want to create more debt, but claim to be financially savvy. And with your success, you're going to have family that want to tell you how you ought to be spending your money and who you ought to be helping. And you're going to have people that feel like you ought to be blessing them, going to feel like you owe them. And nobody really understands money until you get it. And you got to live through it. And you learn the pains of it. I remember talking to a multimillionaire who made it out. And African-American male, made it out. And I remember he said to me once, he said, Tony, it's a lot of days, man, I wish I was regular. It's a lot of days I wish I was regular. And he was telling me about a family member. He's like, man, I had a family member and I was giving this family member X amount of dollars. Essentially, the amount of dollars he was giving the family member, it was probably like 5 times to 10 times, maybe like, I don't know, 5 to 10 times what that family member used to earn in a month. And he was like, man, I was giving the family member X amount of dollars a month, out of his millions that he was making. And he's like, do you know that family member will come back to me in the same money, ask for more money? And it's like, nobody really know how to manage their money. That's why they say it's like 60% of Americans cannot touch $1,000 today. And you may very well be in that 60%. And it's like, what can we do about it? Guess what? It was not long ago that I was in that 60% for the longest. And I was like, wow. But I had to lock in, get focused, and just create. And just say, let me give all of me. Let me give all of me. Let me exhaust my gifts. I'm not sleeping on my gifts anymore. But guess what? I'm not going to be a prisoner to my success. And I heard a rapper say that one time. I feel like maybe it was Jay-Z who said, I'm not going to be a prisoner to my success. Or he said something like that. Basically what he was saying is like, I ain't get this big to be trapped in the house. Like, I'm finna walk down the street. I'm gonna walk down the street. If I gotta have security, okay, cool. But I'm going on vacation. We living life regular. All right, it's gonna be paparazzi, it's gonna be people taking pictures. Okay, cool. But I'm not gonna be trapped in the house because people want to take pictures and all of that. And I'm nowhere near that point. But I can only imagine what that's like, because it's a lot of places that I go that I do have to take a picture, and I'm just I'm just on the internet, built my brand talking and tweeting on the internet. And so I'm like, I tell my wife sometimes, I'm like, I can't imagine what it's like to be, this A-list person over here. I couldn't imagine that, because we might be in a mall and have to take 2 or 3 pictures. I'm like, can you imagine being a real celebrity, like being a celebrity? What that'll be like? If we just had to take 3 pictures and we feel like we got to be on, like dressed because we're gonna bump into somebody that might recognize us from Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or something. I'm like, can you imagine? So the other side of success is that as you building it, when you praying for the blessing, like God gives his gift that adds no sorrow. So the gift from God doesn't come with sorrow. But see, the adversary wants to bring the sorrow. See, God blessed Job. And then what did the adversary ask to do? He asked, let me touch him. Then he went and destroyed everything around Job. Killed his family, killed his cattle, burnt down his stuff. I don't know if it was burnt down, but just destroyed everything. Job never cursed God. And that's one thing you got to remember. When it's good, you praising God. When it's bad, don't get mad with God. Don't curse God. Because guess what? I'm a living witness that when it is slow, when it's bad, if you can stay focused and grateful and mindful and prayerful and diligent to what you've been given to do, on the other side of that, you're going to receive a double portion. And that's what the Bible is. It's just a bunch of stories to show you the principles of life and how life plays out. And I remember reading in the Bible about the man who he owed the king, I think it was. I don't know if it was the king, but he owed the king, and he went to the king like begging for mercy, like, please forgive me, please, like, give me some more time, please give me some more time. I'm gonna pay you back, like, give me some more time. And the king was like, okay, yeah, cool, all right, I'll give you some time. He went outside and saw a man that owed him. Went and choked the man, hemmed him up, choked him. Give him my money, throw him in prison, he owed me, or kill him, something he said, dude. And word got back to the king. Somebody said, hey, let me go tell the king what the man just did, and this man just received grace. Then the king said, bring him back in here. And I can't remember what happened to the man, if he got put to death or if he got thrown in jail. But it showed how hypocritical we are. Because I remember, people, friends and family, when they start to see me go, because I used to make $20,000 a year. Oh, everybody love you. Everybody love you when you at the bottom. When you at the bottom, everybody love you. Ain't nobody got no problem with you. Once you start to climb, that's where the crabs in the barrel syndrome come from. Because you have the crabs in the barrel. And maybe you could Google it. I actually have never Googled it to watch a video of how crabs are in the barrel. But the crab, they trying to get out. They trying to get out of that barrel. They just natural to climb, but as they go to climbing, another crab would they reach their claw up, grab their claw, their leg, and pull them back down. Crabs in a barrel, and that's how it's levels of support. So I want you to understand, like, and this what I want you to understand. So it's kind of like when people look like they're not supposed to make it, that's when we want them to make it. But when they make it, we waiting on them to fail. We will help people get to the top just to push them off the cliff so we could laugh on their downfall. That's the world we live in. So don't think it's strange, like, when you see somebody that's elevated into a position. Like you see these new age rappers that's coming and they literally breaking records. That real bona fide talented OGs were not able to do on Billboard or what have you. But when you really look at what you're looking at, you look at the rapper, you will see a lesson from success, a lesson from support, about how if you come in with a crooked smile, you the underdog, people want to see you win. If you come in and you already look good, you already got it going, yeah, people gonna support you, but it's more so out of jealousy. They're gonna support you to try to convince themselves that they're not jealous of you. But when somebody come over here and they look like the underdog, could actually look like a dog, might look like a pit bull, we want to help them because it's like, you ain't supposed to make it. But now when they elevate, we happy for that. But if it's somebody that look better than us, and we think they look better than us, we think they already got it going on, I want to help you. Help yourself, you'll get there. That's the world we live in. So you have levels of support to where when you look like a hopeful, everybody will start to help you because it doesn't look like you can succeed. Now, when you get to that place to where you're successful, let's say $100,000, $200,000 a year, to where you're successful, but you're not mega successful. That's what we could call the middle class on the ladder of success. That's when you only receive new support. People who've never seen you, when they come, you look like a hopeful to them. The people who knew you when you were truly at the bottom, they fall off because now their support of you put you in a place and you're doing better than them. So the jealousy kicks in and says, look, I was buying this person's album when nobody knew them. Now they got Lamborghinis. I ain't buying no more albums. That's what people will do. And I watch it. And I see it. And because I study human behavior. That's why I do what I do. And I see somebody. They'll be, I see a woman who she just a hopeful. She a dreamer. Her lace front is crooked. Her lashes is falling off. Her makeup is very inexpensive. And she look like she in the struggle. But she diligent. And she'll go live every day. She'll go live every day teaching. Teaching what she don't even know. Teaching what she ain't even did. And guess what? Because she look like a struggle, people want to help her. Or him. It go both ways. I done seen it happen both ways. Now what happens is she'll start to get some steam and she'll start to build and she'll start to get some success. The mistake that she makes is that she stunts on the people that help her. So the people who bought her products or bought her tickets to her events, she showed them all her Gucci and all her diamonds and all her gold. Guess what? Her message or her product or her whatever did not make them wealthy. It made her wealthy. So when she showed it to them, they say, you know what? I ain't supporting no more. So you're going to have some people who say, I ain't supporting no more. Then you have some people who going to say, I'm going to keep supporting because I want to be there. I want to get there myself. May never have a chance of getting there. Got to scratch my foot. May never have a chance of getting there. But they going to say, I want to support. I want to be like her. I want to get in that circle. And then what happens is it's like shedding skin and getting new skin. Like every day you shedding millions of skin cells and then your body replenishing, right? But then what's happening, that's what's happening in that middle level of success. It's really the new people that's sustaining you because the old people fall off because they saw you go from nothing to something, from nowhere to somewhere. Now, if you get enough new people to come and support you, it'll continue to elevate you. Then you reach a level of undeniable success to where everybody supports you because if they don't support you, they're a hater. That level of success is an example of like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Women will support Beyonce because they feel like they could be jealous of her body, jealous of her looks, but they will praise her and sing her praises and support her when it's a woman look just like Beyonce on their job and they can't stand her, jealous of her, hating on her. But because Beyonce is at a level of undeniable success, every woman in America will support her and bow down to the queen bee because If you don't support her, that means you a hater. But it's somebody with that same talent as Beyonce, go to your church, singing in the choir. You won't spend $10 for her CD. You won't spend $10 for her CD because she right above the point of support. Or you don't want to support her because she light skinned. You don't want to support her because her thigh. Because you can see her thigh muscle through her dress. You don't want to support her for whatever reason. So see, it's levels to support. This right here bottom, this middle, this top. But see, as you climbing and you going through this right here, you're going to have friends and family. When you here, everybody rooting you on when you at the bottom. They rooting you on because they don't believe it can happen. So they're going to shout their support. They're going to words of support. Might not get a dime in financial support, but words of support. When it start to happen, it's like, oh, wow, whoa, what's going on? This is happening. Now people try to get in. What can I get from you? Hey, I need this right here. Can you loan me this? Can you loan me that? Hey, let's do business together. Hey, can I manage it? Hey, can I do this? Hey, can I do this? Can I do that? Now people want to know, how can they be a part of what you got going on? How can they piggyback on your success? But when you was doing the work, wasn't nobody trying to give you no money to help you pay your bills so you could keep grinding and focusing. Wasn't nobody trying to, come and say, hey, let me be your assistant. Let me be your this, let me be your that. And free of charge. I just want to help. I want to see you succeed. Wasn't nobody trying to do that. Wasn't nobody trying to say, I see certain families to where the guy will make it, the boy will make it to the NBA, NFL, and his sister will go to college to finish her degree in business management so that she could come out and manage her brother's business. That don't happen where I'm from. People don't go get in position to be a part of what you're doing. They want to stay right where they at, making the bad choices that they making, doing what they doing, and want you to give to their bad choices. Want you to sow seed into their fornication. Want you to sow seed into their greed. Want you to sow seed into their lust, but don't want to help themselves. And you could help them, and they'll do just barely enough to maintain the position that you put them in, but don't want to focus and be diligent to take what you did for them and multiply it and get it to another level. That's what I see it all around me, friends and family. I see it all, friends, foes, and family. You'll have people that don't like you when you start to get a little bit of success. You get that raise on your job, you get that promotion on your job. You'll have people that don't like you come and pretend to like you so they could get down with you, so they could hang with you, so they could be around you. You done went and got you a new body. You've been working hard. You done lost the weight you want to lose. Now you looking good. So now here come the woman who see you getting attention from men. Now she want to be your friend. When you was in the struggle and you were one Oreo away from being depressed, she ain't want to have no parts of you. She just was clicking up with the other women to go out. But now that you done got your body right, now she want to come and be friends, pretend to be friends, because really what she want to do is sleep with your new boyfriend you done got. She want him to look at her to see if she could take him from you. Cause she don't want to see you win. When you was doing bad and you weren't where you wanted to be, she couldn't care less about you. Now that you're doing good, now she done showed up. Cause she want the people who see you and the people who blessing you to see her, to see if they'll bless her. That's how people are. So I want you to understand that this is the kind of stuff that you're going to have to get ready for as you climb. And some of you are already experiencing it in your life because it happened in different ways. So remember, you could be making 50,000. But if you come from a mother or father who the most they made in their life was 25,000 in a year, you're a massive success at 50,000, 40,000, whatever it may be. Now, don't mess around and touch 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, and you come from a family that made 20, 25 individually as each person, mother or father. Oh, now you want a whole nother success. And now, the Bible does speak to about honoring your mother and father. Now, I ain't read nowhere in there where it say honor your cousin and honor your uncle and auntie and honor your sister and your brother. I ain't read nowhere in there about that. Now, it say love your neighbor as you love yourself, but the people with their hand out, you know what they think that mean? They think that mean that you supposed to, that you, because you worked and because you sacrificed and because you bust your butt, that you are supposed to give them the same life that you have. So if you work and you build yourself to where you can earn 100,000 in a year, you're gonna have certain people that believe you ought to live off 50 and let them live off 50 because y'all siblings, or because y'all cousins, or because they your best friend, because they knew you before you got to that point. People will expect something from you because they knew you before you elevated your life. Hey, these are some of the woes of success. And as I'm preparing you, and we I do my small business Saturday every now and then. When I have a topic, y'all got to give me topics for that, for me to do it. Y'all give me more than enough topic on love and relationships, so that's why I stay on this. But me being genuine and authentic, I gotta speak where my heart at. I'm not the type of person that can come on here and my heart and my soul and my spirit is on one thing and I talk on something else. I just really can't do it. And so, as I'm preparing you for this, I want you to understand, you're gonna have to write your bylaws now. Now Google bylaws, BYLAWS. You write bylaws for your nonprofit organization. Like every nonprofit organization has bylaws, and it's basically just their operating procedures. Like what are they doing? What do they do? What they stand by? How they operate, essentially. In so many words, you're gonna have to write your bylaws for your life. Now, some of mine is, I don't give to. The Bible says if somebody asks you for something and you got it, give it to them. Like, let them hold it. So I try not to judge people like I'm God if I got it to give. But at the same time, too, now, the Bible says don't throw your pearls to swine. So if I see somebody keep rolling in the mud, and they come say, hey, can you let me borrow your jacket? And I see all they do is roll in the mud. No, I'm not finna let you hold my jacket. Now, if I see that they getting up and they gotta walk to work and it's freezing cold, this a metaphor, y'all. Okay, this a metaphor. Somebody know somebody that roll in the mud. This is a metaphor, okay? If I see they got to get up and they got to walk to work and it's cold and they ain't made enough money to earn to buy a good jacket, and they say, "Can I borrow your jacket?" and I got an extra jacket, I'm gonna get them my jacket. Or if I don't have to walk in the cold, I can ride in the heat, I'm gonna get in my jacket. You see what I mean? I'm gonna sow on good ground. So you got to have your bylaws of what you will and you won't do. You also, what I had to do too, as a giver, I had to learn to make sure I'm giving from a glad heart and to make sure I'm giving from a pure heart. So yesterday I had a family member ask me for some money. And I already gave the family member a nice amount of money this month. So I said, no, I give you money every month, but I already gave you money this month. Now the family member need the money for something that's not essential. So I said no, but then my spirit was grieved because right after I said no, I made some more money. So when I made some more money, I said, okay, well, I got it. So now I'm gonna give this money to the family member, but come June, I ain't giving the family member the money I give them every month in June, because what's the day? What's this? May? Yeah, cause I gave double in May. Now watch, come June, family member probably be asking me again for the money. This is what you're gonna have to be confronted with. You got to get to the place to where you have your bylaws, because what you cannot do, and I'm preaching to myself and sharing it with you, because one thing y'all gonna learn about me, and this is why people don't understand about me, is as I learn, I teach, because tomorrow ain't promised. So if I'm one step ahead of you in any area of life, I'm gonna give you that, and you getting this here for free. I'm gonna give you that so that you know, oh, Tony just stepped in that snake hole, in that snake pit, and right when his foot hit that snake pit, he said, hey, it's a snake pit right here. Watch out. That's how I live. That's how I live. And so I want you to understand this, because if you got dreams of elevating, you got to be ready what comes with elevation. Because first you got to have separation before elevation. You got to have, that's my quote. You see that viral online? That come from me. You got to have separation before elevation. But when you elevate, they can't touch you, but they can holler at you. Hey, throw me a rope of hope. Throw me a rope of hope, man. Hey, and pull me up. Pull me up. They able-bodied, got muscles, got strength, got wind in their lungs, but they want you to pull them up. They want you to pull them up, and they watch you climb. Watch you climb, watch you sweat, watch you cry, watch you sacrifice. You was willing to go. You got there, now they want you to pull them up. Pull me up there. But don't want to help themselves. Don't even want to do little stuff like just eating right. Help yourself just by eating right. Help yourself by just going on a 30-minute walk a day. Help yourself by just reading a couple chapters of your Bible a day. Don't even want to help themselves in the least of ways, but expect you to give success, your hard-earned success, to them. And don't realize that you didn't get to where you are by misappropriating your gifts. You put your gifts, meaning your physical and figurative gifts, where they need to go. It's like your talents. When in the Bible, when it talk about the man with the 1 talent, and 5 talent, and the 10 talents, the one with the 1 went and buried it. The others, they went and multiplied theirs. So people don't even realize that you got where you are by using your gifts, by loving yourself, by working on yourself. See, if I didn't love myself and I let myself go, it's only so much that you're going to receive from me. Because you're going to be like, man, if you let yourself go, when you have all power and control over what you put into your body, like, and you smoking and you drinking, or you done got on this here substance, or whatever that may be that you attached to, it could be too much Popeye's chicken, too much Big Macs, whatever it may be, too many chicken wings, too much pizza. It could be too much smoking, too much drinking. If I let myself go, it's only going to be so much you could receive from me. Because you're going to be like, well, what can he share with me if he ain't where he need to be? And a lot of times people don't understand that. Is that you first got to help yourself. Because people invest in those who invest in themselves. When I first got my first investment, it was not big. It was $35,000. It was $35,000 from a millionaire. But when I got that, it was 4 years after I wrote my first book. So I had wrote 2 books by that time. And I had got myself on Oprah and on Tyra Banks and on the 700 Club. And I had got on Twitter and tweeted every day up to 17 original quotes a day. And I had got myself to, I believe, 25,000 Twitter followers. When everybody else who looked like me, come from where I come from, with my same associations and affiliations, probably didn't have more than 100 followers on Twitter. I had 25,000, so that was a huge amount. So when the millionaire looked at me, millionaire I went to school with, looked at me and saw what I was doing, he invested in me because he saw me investing in myself. I wasn't sleeping on my mama couch. I wasn't living off my mama, living off my daddy. I was working 40 hours a week as a counselor in a group home, making $9.50 an hour. And I was working another 30 to 40 hours a week on my business as a speaker, an author, and a life coach. When I got my first investment in 2011, I had already become a paid professional speaker. I had already started working with the NBA and was making $9.50 an hour. But I had been on Oprah and been on Tyra. So to the public, and I had 25 or 50,000 followers on Twitter. I can't remember exactly, but it was a large amount. To the public, I was a successful author and speaker. To the public, my Twitter following, they had no clue that I was working and I was only making $9.50 an hour. They had no clue. No clue at all. And that's what I want you to understand as well about being comfortable with your level of success and not trying to feel like you have to be forced to look like something that you're not, and not feeling trapped and feeling like because you look like success, because you have perceived success, that you have to live up to that by loaning money to friends and family just because you have a better job than them and they think that you have more money than you actually have. Don't become a slave to your success. Don't lock yourself in a prison of your success. You got to understand that and know that. Hey, this Tony Gas. I ain't mean to talk this long. I still got some business to get to today. Got to coach 3 clients today and got to make a quick run. Handle some business out here. So, hey, God bless you. I was about to say I love you. Hey, but I do love you though, because I love you like Christ. You know, you're in the body of Christ. I love you like Christ. You're not in the body of Christ, I still love you. Cause Christ love you. Okay. And so y'all forgive me for this deviation today. I just want you to understand I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. I'm not on here, you know, trying to proselytize and play this role. I'm human. I feel, I experience, I go through the ebbs and flows of life. And so every now and then I'm gonna have to deviate on my topic based on what's on my heart, because I'm a person that speaks from the heart. So understand that I don't have a preset video list of on Monday this, Tuesday this, Wednesday this, Thursday this. No, I go with the flows. A lot of time my video that I shoot is a question that I just saw the night before in the comment section. I go with the flow of it, and this is where I'm at right now in this season, because I'm trying to build and I'm trying to grow in my life, and I'm seeing how all that come with it, and I want you to be prepared for it. So sit down today, and I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't believe in writing goals. I'm like, man, it's in my head. What I gotta write it for? This year I did something different, and my wife bought me this here book. You know, she bought me this here planner. So I took and I opened this, and all I've written in here, I've only used 1, 2, 3 pages, and it's a whole thing. So I don't write a day schedule. As you see on here, there's nothing on my schedule. You can't really see it because of the lighting. But all this here schedule is empty. I don't write it out. It's in my phone. So all these empty. I'm gonna start using this so I get some use out of this now. But let me start using this here thing, man. Get some use out of this. My wife paid good money for this thing. I gotta tighten up. But I sat down at the beginning of this year and I wrote my goals. When I tell you that, wow, let me check off another one. Wow. I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. 4 of those goals already reached. That other goal, I got another 6 months to hit that goal, and I feel like I'm gonna hit it. I'm probably already about halfway there. That one goal, that last goal, is to train 1,000 coaches. I want to train 1,000 coaches this year. You ain't got to join my mentor.life, but I want you to be equipped. I want you to be equipped. So go to TonyGashensAcademy.com and get the life coach certification. You might not use it for 3 years. It's certain stuff I'm doing now that I had the foundation of this years ago. And I remember years ago, I was telling my daddy everything that I was doing. And I remember one time he said to me, son, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. And it frustrated me. I got angry. I said, Daddy, I ain't doing all of this. This the foundation. I'm laying the foundation. Guess what? I bet today he understand. But that's another thing. That's another lesson of success, is that sometimes my own spouse, sometimes my mother, my father do not understand. When I start doing something and I do something, my mama will write me. Don't have the first clue about entrepreneurship, but write me and say, Tony, you doing too much. Why are you answering all them questions? You answering way too many questions. Don't nobody else do that. And I say, Mama, this is what I'm called to. This is what God told me to do. And then she'll see the fruits of it. Because my mama was sitting with me yesterday. And when you sent me that cash out, you know who you are. When you sent me that cash out yesterday, my mom was sitting beside me. And I said, look at this, Mama. Look at this. Look at this. This person just blessed me out of the blue on a holiday, sent me a cash out. Hey, I got to go. I ain't called past an hour. God bless you.